A very big welcome to you, my dear Gemini. The sun now is in Taurus, and Taurus brings us the deeper understanding of how grounded we have to stay, how we want to connect to an earthiness, right? To the roots, to the leaves that are forming now, that you are taking in the spiritual path of not being only in the light but also being grounded, bringing what you feel is coming to you down into the ground, into the earth. And so the sun is giving the light to the moon, which is now in your sign, and you are seeing that you are called to dive deeper within, because we're going to the left, we're going to your new moon, which you have in the next reading. And that's when you have sun and new moon in your sign, or more here, right? Like the 6, the 18, and the 19. So you see that then you're alone up in the sky, right, with the sun and the moon. And it's an important moment because that's when we plant a seed, and that seed will bring that which you always wanted. We're gonna look, of course, also at your court card, which is the Knight of Swords. Is your birthday between May 10th and June 9th, then is he your court card. If not, look in the description below. We have listed all of them there. As the Gemini, you the communicative personality, and of course you are also the third zodiac sign, and as such connected with the third house of communication and interaction. We're going to look at Mercury, because Mercury is ruling you, and it's all about how I'm going to play with the 4 elements, right? Really important. Back to the last reading where we had Gemini Moon and Aries Sun. The message was Mercury in Aries, retrograde, has come up, and Mercury, right, in Aries was you are taking action, right? It's important that you understand that Mercury, the information in Aries, we take action to the inner, to the retrograde. And so the message was change it and you'll notice the new rhythm. I checked, there is not a reoccurring card, so we can begin the reading. We always begin with the court card. You are the one that is running somewhere, and you are running to Leo. Leo is a fire sign. And so you could check, are you running towards Leo or are you running away from Leo? The 8 major arcana and the 3 is the 11. So you have a portal right away. What is Leo saying? Leo is bringing you justice. Libra. So here's a Leo, here's Libra. So this is an 11 and this is an 11. You have an 11-11. On the November 11th, or at 11 o'clock, right? This is an important number. 4 times the 1. 4 is the heart. The 1 is the one and only. So Justice and Leo are coming here and helping you. What is Justice saying? Justice is saying the 7 of Wands, which is Mars in Leo. So listen to Leo. Have the strength of Leo. Have the courage of Leo, because this is the courage. Have the courage to take the fight of justice. A fight that is not really a fight. It's something that should be natural. And this is why you're running towards Leo, because there you find the courage. Mars in Leo, right? So you find the courage to step up. 11-11 and the 7. The 7 have the emotional intelligence to know what it is that you want. What is coming from the Mother Peace Tarot? You get the Ace of Cups. So within the 11-11, you get another 1. The one and only cup. That's worth jumping into. So here you have 5 times the 1. speaking really about what is honest, what is truth, what is important to you, and you are taking a full dive into that. It's upright. These cards are particular because they're round. I don't know how they come up. It came up upright. So the path through the Leo's strength and the path through Libra's justice, and then the courage to know that you can take that step forward is like incredible. And this is why you're going now really deep into the Leo aspect, right? You are running not away from Leo, you're running towards Leo, because that's where you're going. You're going towards Leo, and this is the message, right? So it's a really beautiful message. What is Mercury saying? Mercury is bringing you the owl, the number 39. So the 39 plus the 1 is the 40, and the 4 is the Emperor. And the Emperor, or Aries Sun, was last time the message. So I can also calculate here the 39 into a 12. The 12 is Neptune. We have Neptune going into Aries and stays 14 years. And so now you are observing very clearly how important it is to know what it is that you want and what you don't want. And so the 12 and the 1 is the 13. That's the transformation that the owl is bringing to you. What is coming from your deck? The Hierophant is coming. So I have two decks, right? A German and an English deck. And so you see now that actually the Hierophant is coming and saying yes. In the 13 is the transformation. That's Scorpio. Scorpio is opposite of Taurus, and gives the light to Taurus full moon. And we just had Taurus new moon. So Taurus now is going to the full moon, going out to the right to the full moon. So the groundedness that you see here, and the owl that is like bringing you with the Magician, the 13, the 4 and the 5 is a 9, and the 9 is the completion. What is Taurus bringing you? The 6 of Cups. That's when the Sun is in Scorpio. That's when Taurus is getting the full moon. Sun in Scorpio. You remember that this is important. The 5 and the 6 is an 11. The 11 and the 13, that's turning into a 4, or the 4D, right? When we calculate the 39 plus the 1, we get the 4D. There is a 0, that's the Fool, that's Uranus, that's the revolution. And yeah, the revolution begins sometimes deep down in our roots, so that we can fly up high and go up into the sky, right? So here, Sun in Scorpio is helping you to understand, well, you gotta look always deeper than you can imagine. What is the Moon bringing? The Moon is bringing you a closing door, the completion. And so the closing door is the number 5. And so we have a 55. And something is really saying, well, now you got to react. Now you got to get this out there, because the door could be closing. And then when it's closed, it takes a while for it to open again. So the 18, the 9 and the 5 is the 14. That's Temperance. And that's Sagittarius. What are you getting from your deck? Because the Moon is in your sign, you're getting the Hanged Man. And so here is the 12, right? The 12 that came up here with the 39. The 12, the Hanged Man. And you see now that the Hanged Man is literally saying, yes, you're just about to get into the enlightenment. Now, what is Neptune bringing? Neptune that is in Aries. It's bringing you the dilettante. And so here, the 14, the 5 is left, the 12, the 3, The 5 and the 3 is the 8. Have the courage, have the strength to be wild and tamed at the same time. To know that justice is something that we need. It's something that we live. And so the dilettante, the shadow attribute that we want to look at, because she's hanging upside down, but she's hanging into the opposite direction. So she's not even seeing this. But here comes pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So the light attribute of this card is delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. And so, watch that you find that moment when the door is open before the door closes, right? And that the 3 and the 5 is the 8. And that's where Leo comes in. And of course, Mars in Leo, the courage that you have right now. Use that courage to go out there and take care of the things that you want to take care of. It's really important that you understand this, and this is what you find deep in your subconscious. What is the sun bringing? You getting the passion. Follow your passion, right? That's the soul, the number 14. And we had the 14, right? And the 14 always is the understanding that's temperance, that's something that we really feel deep within, and that we in the 14 get the 5 again. So there's a 5, 5, 5 portal. 3 times the 5. And if we see that the sun is in Taurus, right? Taurus has spoken, Taurus has come up. And so still we have the 1, 2, 3 times the 5. Now the 19 turns into the 10 and the 5 is the 15. That's Capricorn. That's the climbing up the ladder. That's the career. That's the work. So follow your passion. Follow what your soul wants you to do. Because what's coming here is Aquarius, the King of Swords. So here you have another 11. So this 11 is the 11th zodiac sign, and here's the 11, right? And we had the 1 of Cup, and we had the 11 here with Taurus and Scorpio. Sun in Scorpio, I mean, this is crazy, right? So the Sun in Scorpio is giving the light to the full moon for Taurus. And so here another 11 appears. Then you don't have 5 times the 1, you have now 7 times the 1. And the 7, you see the courage in your third eye to take that step forward, Mars in Leo. So what is Aquarius bringing? Because Aquarius is a big player right now. Pluto has moved into Aquarius, going to be there 20 years. You get Capricorn, the devil. And that's exactly what you have here, the 15. And now you have the 15 again. If I calculate the 15 together, I come out of the 5 senses. I come out of thinking that the door closes. I come out of the fact that I think, well, I'm sitting down here and it's hard to get up. Right? And then you have a 6-6 portal. A 6-6 portal and the 11. So in your work, do what your soul wants to do. Think about everything that you want to do and think about it clearly, because Capricorn is bringing you the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is that moment where you know you made it. You made it, you arrived, you have everything you need, you're rich. You're rich to a level that you can play with the money. And so the 6 and the 9 is again the 15. Playing with the empowerment. And see that this woman is in her own garden. She has everything she needs. And she's playing with life, because her soul is guiding her. And she knows she has allies, she has help through Aquarius, right? Aquarius and Libra. These are swords, like you. And so here comes the King of Swords. So you moving from the Knight of Swords into the King of Swords. And you know that you're playing, but you're following the soul, and the soul knows what to do, and so listen to it. And you're never really a dilettante, you just know what you know, but don't push it, right? Understand that that's what the Hangman is all about. The Hangman is the pre-stage to Scorpio. Scorpio is the transformation. So, right, see the message. I mean, it's clear. It's such a powerful, beautiful message, right? The 1515, the 11, and then, of course, if we keep the 9 and the 11, we have a date, 9/11, or 11/9. That's it. Wow, such a beautiful message. And so this is Venus in Virgo, remember? And you understand and you know that something is powerfully talking to you. And the soul knows what it is that it wants, right? What it wants to show itself into the world, how it wants to show itself. And yes, sometimes a door closes, right? And the completion is the 9. And the door closes where you are letting behind you the fact that you think that you're not good enough. The fact that you think, right, that you need to fight for things, that you have the courage, or that you're a dilettante. Finished. That's finished. And you have the owl. Remember the owl? The owl is with you. The owl is flying always above you and letting you know, yes, I am here. I'm here with you. So just go for it, right? Go for it, because, I mean, this is beautiful. You have the Hangman, you have the soul, you have Libra, you have Leo, and you have the jump into the Holy Grail, the heart. Such a beautiful message. So this is kind of like letting you know you're going to your new moon. That's in the next reading. You have the new moon, sun and new moon in your sign. It's going to be an important reading. And so I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the sun and the new moon in your sign. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.